Hi guys, I'm gonna make a thing! So, I was just super annoying on Twitter, and I realized that okay, backtrack. If you haven't seen Kissing in the Rain, have I talked about Kissing in the Rain? I don't know if I have. It's a web series. Watch it. They're short little episodes. There's 5 of them out so far. I'll link to them in the description because you need to watch it. It's really good, and it has some really awesome people in it, including Mary Kay Wiles from the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. So just go, if you haven't seen it, watch it, okay? On that note, I've been trying to make something crafty based on each episode because I like it a lot and I think it's pretty and I like to make things based on pretty things. Anyway, I'm gonna make a thing today, and I was gonna make one and like show you what it's gonna look like, but that would require me making 2 and I don't want to make 2, so no. This is a really easy project. I saw it on Pinterest, I think, but I'm gonna kind of put my own little spin on it and teach you how to do it, and I promise you can all handle it. It's really easy. Let's get started. So for this project, you're going to need an old magazine that you don't mind tearing up, and your chosen images that you're going to cut out, and it's very important that you print these mirrored. Do not use Mod Podge. I would suggest a glue stick. I discovered this after the fact. And then you're going to need an X-Acto knife or scissors if your design is simple enough. Also some tape, and I forgot about it, a ruler. Then you're going to take the pages from your magazine and essentially cut them into thin strips. You can do any sort of width on these. It's good to have a variety and a variety of colors as well. It's just very important that you keep them as straight as possible, hence the ruler. Now you're going to mark on one side of the paper where your image is, and then cover up on the back side of that image with the strips of paper. This is why it's really important that they're very straight, so the strips can be as parallel to each other as possible. You really want to get them as close as you can without overlapping. And here I'm repeating the process, and it works really well to go over the design or around the design with a Sharpie, and then it bleeds through to the back, and it's way easier to cover that up. Then I'm just going through with more strips. Just try to make sure that you don't get any white space in between them, but you also don't want to overlap them because later when you're cutting this out, that makes it really uneven and hard to cut through. So there we go, almost finished. Then once those are completely dry, you're just going to go through with your X-Acto knife or your scissors and cut out your design on the front of the paper. If you're really careful to go just around your design, you might be able to get 2 copies of this, and I will show you what I mean in a second. Obviously, my design is a little bit more complicated. It's actually a silhouette of Mary-Kate and Sean from the 3rd episode of Kissing in the Rain. But if yours is easier, a scissors will definitely work just as well. And here I am, just putting it on a piece of paper so you can kind of see what it looks like. And this is what I was talking about before. Because I cut directly around the image and not off to the sides at all, I can technically just glue this extra piece onto white paper and have sort of an inverted image as a bonus piece of art. Then I'm going to go through and just repeat the same thing with the other piece. And in this case, I'm cutting it out with the scissors because it's a much simpler design. And then I'm going to go through with my X-Acto knife and try to cut out the Kissing in the Rain logo. I thought this would be fairly easy, but as it turns out, the Kissing in the Rain font is horrible to work with, and I eventually gave up filming because you really can't see what I'm doing anyway. This took me a long time. And then, once it's all finished, just glue your pieces onto a piece of white paper or black paper, and in my case, I wanted some little raindrops, so I cut out some extra pieces and glued those on, but obviously that's optional if your piece has nothing to do with this topic. And there's the finished product. Now, I hung this in the window because it helps to really show the white through the paper, but obviously it looks good in any sort of lighting, especially if you have a simpler design than me. And I would probably recommend something a little bit easier with less details for your first attempt. Yep, and there's the finished product. I hope you guys liked this project. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. So I was super annoying on Twitter because I couldn't find a picture of what Mary-Kate's dress looked like in episode 3 of Kissing in the Rain. And I needed to know how long it was for this project. So I tweeted, not at anyone, just in general complaining because I don't like asking for help because I feel like I'm annoying. And, you know, just the creator and Mary-Kate and the entire internet just was like, hey Katie, here's the dress. Go make things. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm annoying, let me go die in a hole. So, yep, that's what you're missing if you're not following me on Twitter. Generally, just complaining about everything. Whatever. People are awesome. I'm gonna make stuff now.